Hello people the internet, how's it doing? So this is just extremely serious, and I'm going to say this straight, and a lot of people are seeing this, and a lot of people are seeing that by next year there won't be such thing as the defence force, there won't be such thing as a navy. The cracks are appearing, and it's going to get even worse. Like the government are literally abandoning the soldiers abroad. That's something that you should never do to your national army, and should never do to anybody, no matter who they are. But they treat your soldiers who go and serve us, serve us here and abroad. The people who defend our liberties, defend our rights, you treat them like that. And Paul Newman, the man is in charge. Liam Fark is technically in charge of the Department of Defence, but he's kind of deputy minister, because Liam Fark is the Taoiseach, and sure, that's the reason why. And Paul Newman's, but he today, and I say this, there's a fellow for Cal Bowie, he's for. Can't think of, but he's the next Irish Army Ranger, and huge respect for him. I really want him to be Minister of Defence. So I'm saying to the Minister of Defence who's in now, get yourself out, get yourself retired, go and live somewhere else, because you have failed your country, you have failed the army, you have failed the people who work in the army and who serve every day our country. You failed them. And the same as Michael Higgins, I would nearly tell him to march his orders off to some place and stay in some place, because my God, they have shamed this country in relation to its army. They've shamed it. They've absolutely shamed it. And Michael Collins, all the heroes from 1960 would be spinning their graves to see how you treat the National Army of Ireland. They'd be spinning in their graves. They'd be spinning in their graves. And I mean they'd be spinning in their graves to see you treat your soldiers like that. They'd be spinning. They'd be absolutely spinning in their graves. Have you ever thought about that, Minister? Because this ex-army ranger, he was sorted out as soon. I'm saying to the government, if you have any common sense, if you want the army to be brought back, you need that man. That man knows what he's talking about. He used to be in the army. He's an ex-army ranger, the highest, special forces in the Irish Republic. We need him. We need Carl Brower. I can't think of the constituencies in now. I can't remember. Can't think of the constituency, but I know he's independent and have huge respect for him. I would hope that he'd be Minister of Defence, because he knows what's happening, and I know what's happening. But I'm not saying I'm going to give you some leeway to government. But I'm saying to the people of Ireland, if we go, like for natural disasters, people might say, you're cribbing and crying for the last God knows how long with this. It's the principle. People in the National Army, they want to serve their country. They're very patriotism. They want to serve their country. They want to defend their country. They want to be there for the people of Ireland when they need them. Now, the Defence Forces serve abroad. And when the flooding happened, when the Shannon, they went out and they put up sandbags and everything. Only for them, the civil defence, the local authorities would have been overwhelmed. Fires. The Irish Air Corps have put out huge amount of fires in Cavan and around the country when there's been forest fires raging. And we have them to take. And people might say, why should we stand up for the Defence Forces? That's the reason why. If we didn't have them Irish Army helicopters, we wouldn't be able to stop the fires. As simple as that. And these men of the Air Corps are very badly treated, very badly underpaid, and they deserve a lot more respect for the years they put in. Because you get up at 5:30 every morning, go training. They deserve huge respect, and I'm sure to God everybody understand that. People might say, I work in this, that, and the other, and I respect that. I respect people's opinion, but you have to understand these soldiers. Dedicated, absolute dedication to the job, and to solving the country. The least we can do is show respect and loyalty to them. But I'm just saying this straight. We need a really Minister of Defence, and we need it now. No, there's no waiting around for it. Thank you.